The Paddle Testers is a woman-led paddle review series powered by honest feedback from everyday players. We are not professional players or paddle insiders. We are players with different styles and needs, focused on one thing: how a paddle feels right away in real play. We believe players should not have to adjust their game to fit a paddle. First feel matters, and the best paddle is the one that complements the way you naturally play. That is the heart of the Paddle Testers: real players, real reactions, and honest feedback.
Hi everybody, welcome to episode 4 of the Paddle Testers. We're back with another paddle. My name is Dina and I'm the founder of the Paddle Testers. This evening we're gonna be talking about the B&B or the Bread Butter Loco, which was the paddle of the year last year. So we've got thoughts and we've got things to say about it. But very quickly, I wanna introduce you to all of our paddle testers that we have on board tonight. For me, when I'm playing pickleball, I have an aggressive style. I'm a reformed banger. I came from tennis and I love to hit the ball hard, but I also have really embraced the soft game in the last couple of years. So I look for a paddle with more control than power. I can generate power. I need something that has a little bit more control. And my main feature that I need is a nice dwell time, or that kind of plush, soft feeling that really helps me kind of shake the ball when I do my drop shots and my dinking and things like that. So those are really important things for me in a paddle. I generally tend to like to go for an elongated shape or hybrid. I don't do wide bodies very well. I like a longer handle because I have a two-handed counter and I like to be able to get that second hand on there. So that's also another important feature that I have that I look for in a paddle. So I'm going to hear from our other testers. So Kiko, why don't you kick it off for us?
I tried the elongated Loco. I actually own 2 hybrids Locos, which I stopped playing with a couple years ago. I have more of a defensive style. I need a little help with the power, and I'm the person that tends to set up the ball more than puts it away.
My name's Heather. I'm a banger. I'm trying to embrace the control game, but none of that comes easily to me. So I don't need a lot of power from the paddle. I'm definitely looking for more control, something that makes me a little more confident dinking and with touch shots and things like that. I hit a two-handed backhand, so I like a little more longer handle, but I've gone back and forth between the elongated and the kind of hybrid shape. And I have a very aggressive game style, and but I'm a decent defender too.
My name's Melissa, aka MBK. My game style is aggressive. Definitely love dink and counter. I hate any kind of backcourt play at all. I love a power paddle, even though I probably don't need the power, but I love a power paddle. But I will say the biggest thing I want is a big sweet spot. Bigger the better. And that's because I don't always hit the very middle of my paddle. And I definitely play with a wide body, don't play with elongated very well.
My name is Lindsay, and I also, like Kiko, I play a much more of a defensive game. So I really look for something that I can reset, and then set up my partner for a put away shot. So I really like anything that I feel comfortable with a third shot drop, any sort of just reset thing over the net, get my partner set up for a put away shot. So I played with the elongated handle, which I like because I have been working on trying to get my two-handed dinks, backhand dinks. Yeah, my power, I don't generate a lot of power, so I really don't look for that in a paddle, but I do. Maybe I should start thinking about it. But
Well, and that's kind of the fun of this, is as you test more paddles, you might find something that you're like, wow, that gives me a little extra pop. I kind of like that. So that's also sort of one of the benefits of being a paddle tester, is you get to try lots of different paddles and find one that maybe suits your game a little bit better. So, okay, so tonight we're discussing the Bread Butter Loco. Again, it was 2025's Paddle of the Year. Last fall, I swear everybody had a Loco. Like, everybody had the Loco. I saw them on the courts. They were everywhere. This is the first time I've tried them. As much as I've saw them and people were just raving about them, I never touched one. Like, I never picked one up until we tested it. So it was kind of fun for me to sort of, get on that train and sort of see what everybody was excited about. Yeah, so I am excited to hear your thoughts. I know we had both an elongated and a hybrid, so if you remember which one you played with, please let me know. How did you feel? Did you love it, hate it? Let's talk Loco.
I thought it was a really decent paddle. It did everything I needed it to do. It had power and pop. It had great spin. I did the elongated, so to me it had more paddle than the hybrids that I played with last fall. I didn't like the hybrid shape very much, but I do like this elongated paddle a lot better than the hybrid. So yeah, it's got great control. I think it's just a good all-around paddle.
I felt like had I practiced with it a bit more, I would have had some better control. At first, I felt like everything I was hitting was going pretty high over the net, which I didn't love. Yeah, if I had given myself maybe a few more games to get used to it, I maybe would have felt more comfortable with it. But I maybe thought I also could have generated a bit more power than the paddle that I use currently. It was definitely comfortable, but I did feel at first like everything I was hitting was coming up higher than I wanted it to, which was my main sort of about it.
And Lindsay, you play with a Gen 3 Yola, right?
Yes.
Currently, yeah. So you're used to having a little more power and pop behind your shots, because that's a pretty heavy power paddle.
Probably for somebody who can generate more power. I cannot generate power.
Okay.
Trying what I might. But yeah, I just felt like there was a little bit. It came off my paddle a little bit quicker than what I'm used to, which was a nice change for me.
I really liked it. I thought it played super similar to the paddle I play with now, so it was easy to transition and played great from the beginning. I was actually surprised with the spin because it didn't feel super gritty, but I got a lot of spin off of it. I thought it was great for dinking, actually, for putting a lot of spin on dinks. I really liked it. I thought the sweet spot was slightly smaller than the one I play with now, so that was my only complaint about it, but I love the price point, and I think it's a great, really good all-around paddle. Like, I loved it from the times I played with it, for sure.
You know, I think price point is an important thing to bring up because there are very high-priced paddles, and whether or not you can play with something that is just as good but pay less, I think is something that's really important to a lot of players, because the Selkirk Boomstick, it's a great paddle, but $333 is a lot to spend for some people. And so it's important to remember, you know, for the price, is this a paddle that you could take and make all of those shots? Yeah, so far it sounds like you guys feel like it's a great all-around kind of paddle, which is important. So Heather, what did you think about the Loco?
I thought it was a solid all-around paddle. It felt like there was a little bit of an adjustment time for me with it, but it checked all the boxes, but it didn't really have that little extra something for me.
Some of you kind of touched on it a little bit. What, like, in terms of adjusting your game to make this paddle work, how much did you have to make that adjustment? Because like when I played with the Boomstick, I had to make major adjustments. Now, once I made the adjustments, it played great, but you know, I had to really alter my game and my grip and kind of some different things. But did you feel like you had to make major changes in order to get this paddle to work for you?
No, not for me. It's very similar to the paddle I play with now. Same shape, does all the kind of same things. It's a very solid all-around paddle.
Great. Anybody else?
Yeah, I didn't think it was so far of an adjustment for me either. Again, I maybe I was just in my head a little bit, kind of thinking, oh my gosh, I'm really trying to think about what differences do I notice from what I'm used to, and I was probably making it a bigger deal than I needed to. It felt pretty familiar to me, which is nice. I think I'm under no really big idea that one paddle is going to make a huge difference to my game. So I really appreciated that it felt pretty comfortable for me to sort of just jump in and try it and play and feel like, okay, this is my game. You know, I'm not going to be this totally different player. I'm going to kind of keep my defensive game and keep my resets and things like that all the same. Feeling like I was popping up too much didn't feel like it was something I could not overcome if I just gave it a little bit extra time.
A little bit more time.
I'm like Kiko. I thought it was great. Loved playing with it from the beginning. Didn't really have a problem. It was great. Yeah, I really liked it.
I think it just felt a little bit less precise than some of the other paddles I've tested, at least on drives and things like that. Yeah, I think I could adjust to it if I played with it a little longer.
I'm kind of in the same camp with all of you. I felt like it was a solid paddle for like the all-around game, so I can definitely see the appeal and why it was voted Paddle of the Year. I feel like it works for a lot of different players. It's not a super power paddle, it's not a total control paddle, it's got a little bit of everything. I agree with MBK, like I was kind of surprised. The surface didn't feel just overly gritty, but it did shape the ball really nicely. And I've played with other paddles that have a lot less grit that I have to work a little bit harder to get that shape. I don't feel like I had to adjust it, but like Heather, I also sort of feel like it was just sort of missing that little extra something. Like it was a good paddle, but I don't know if it's a paddle that I'd get out and buy right away. Like it was a good paddle. And if somebody was like, here, this is all we have, go play with it, I could. I don't have to adjust. I didn't have to make a lot of adjustments, which we talk about first feel matters here. You know, when you're paying money for these paddles, you want them to work without having to adjust a lot. And so I think this one is really good. And I played with the elongated, so I don't know about the hybrid. I didn't get an opportunity to play with that one, but it was a good paddle. I just don't know that it was stellar, and I don't know that it was the paddle for me personally. Okay, so any last thoughts that anybody wants to say about the Loco before we give it our final rating and judgment? Anything about the aesthetics? I don't love the color. I'm gonna be honest. I don't love it. I think it's clever. I think the idea behind it is cute and clever, but I also like my paddles to be pretty. So I will say the paddle I'm playing with right now, I picked it, the color, I like, I mean, not just that, but you know, I definitely went for it for the particular color, but so I think aesthetics matter to me. Yeah, it's not my favorite to look at.
I like the aesthetic.
Okay.
It's got the cute, little Loco, and it's a little edgy, but yeah.
It just kind of looks like a chocolate bar with a handle. It's just brown, I don't know. It's not my favorite looking paddle out there, but I will say they're identifiable. You know when it's a Bread and Butter, you know when it's a Loco, like they're identifiable. The final way that we're gonna do it was it love at first dink? Was it takes a minute, not really my match, or is it a hard pass for you?
For me, it was a takes a few dinks paddle.
Okay.
Definitely get into it.
Okay.
I would call it a like at first dink, but not a love at first dink.
Not love at first dink. Okay.
I'm in the same page as Kiko for sure. I liked it. I didn't love it, but I liked it a lot. Yeah.
For me, I'd say it takes a minute. Wouldn't say hard pass, but it's not a standout for me.
Yeah, and I'm the same. I mean, again, it's not a hard pass. It was a good paddle, but it was just missing that little extra something that I need in my paddle. So it wasn't the perfect one for me either. So, all right. Well, thank you all so much for your thoughts and your reviews. And we will see you back in episode 5 when we test another paddle. So get out there and find your fit.